girlfriend ready. And for the record, I would have invited all those people you didn't.
You would have invited all 80 people?
Yeah, every one of them. All of them.
How would you have invited 80 people into one game?
I can say it because I don't have to prove it because I'm not the person doing the inviting, and that is the beauty of second spectator. Actually, you didn't do the inviting either.
No,
blame somebody else. Blame somebody not related to us at all. Why are you even defending them? Just throw them under the bus, man.
All right, Ponophobia, you're terrible. Stop playing games.
Ponophobia, get off the internet. Uninstall everything. Throw your computer out the window.
Apparently threatening the people to leave the internet is a very, very legitimate scare tactic, as we've learned on Twitter.
It is. It's how you get more followers than you, at least.
Man, I think actually the thing that got you more followers is the fact that when you said that we were in a follower war and you linked my Twitter and your Twitter, I retweeted it, and everybody clicked on your name.
No. You spelled my name wrong.
No. When I retweeted you after to redeem myself, I did not. Okay. I did not misspell your name that time.
Well, all I can say is that I also put your name in mine, and I got like 150 followers that day, and you got like 7.
I got like 4.
Yes, my fans did not want to see what you had to offer.
No, I guess they don't. And, you know, Ponophobia doesn't want to see what I have to offer either. He refuses to let me rap battle you on T-Force.
He actually told me that he would never let you on the show again. I don't know what that's about.
I don't know either, but that means he might have to be kicked out of Battle Arena then.
Yeah, you could have used the spot. Unfortunately, he was doing the inviting, and he is choosing Corky, the most helicoptery champion in the game.
He's definitely one of the most helicoptery. Now, don't make the mistake that I did and call Corky not a Yordle, because then you get flamed on general discussion.
Well, I mean, he's little, so I would have assumed he's a Yordle. I've never really verified Yordle citizenship before, though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know. He works, you know, in the custom shop and everything. I don't know. Does he have a Bandle City registered user license? Like, can I check his driver's license to see where he's originally from?
I don't know. You got to trust the people who write the Journal of Justice and the backstories for these people that everything's accurate. Now, see, I don't always trust them, which is why I've actually written songs with lore that does not exist and is not real, because I don't like the real lore sometimes, and for instance, I decided to give Renekton a side of his story that wasn't just him being a complete douchebag.
So he's got a little creative license. What you're saying?
I do whatever I want personally. Wow, are we gonna have all Yordles? I feel like we're seeing a Yordle team on the left.
I feel like we might see an all Yordle team from the left side.
I don't think that the blue team is very intent on. They're not really concerned with winning at this point. They're just picking champions to be funny. We got Kale last time. Oh, there's another Yordle. Yeah, we're gonna get a Yordle team.
Now you see, the thing is, we could still have a very decent composition. I mean, well, once again, you know, you have Teemo. He could see ability power Teemo in the middle. We could see Corky Lulu on the bottom lane. We could have Rumble, whether he goes in the jungle or goes into the top lane. And then just taking a quick look at the champions, what Yordle could jungle really? Amumu. We could have a jungle Amumu.
Yeah, definitely jungle Amumu. Actually, Rumble is decent in mid. He can play mid. You can't really gank him because of his shield, and see a lot of Rumble mid. But he does have good pushing power and good ganks, so he can push the lane if he gets an advantage. And it looks like we are not going to see Rumble at all.
Ooh, no Yordle team, unless they're just going to say that Yorick once was a Yordle that died and now he's grown in Afterlife.
Kind of bummed out, yeah. I mean, maybe he's buried a lot of Yordles. Does that count?
I don't know, but maybe you want to be burying the other team. Ooh, we have an Evelyn pick. Beef Noodles is known troll, but I would absolutely love if he locked Evelyn up. He picked Zillion. I blinked for half a second, and it came back and changed someone else. See, that's that lag issue. You said half a second I blinked, and all of a sudden there was a different character there.
Oh, now we're at Tryndamere. Tryndamere, probably the least damaging AD carry in the game. We have Gragas, who is very thin, and Rise, who doesn't have tattoos, and he's just screwing with us now.
Malphite, who's definitely not made of stone.
Very squishy, very squishy. And Ashe, the Juggernaut Ashe.
So going back
I think
to
he's going to go Rise. Yeah, Rise was the most impressive out of his randoms right there, so he probably went back. We're getting if we get an Eve pick, I'm going to just say that purple team wins and probably just stare at the middle of the map and talk about my feelings.
Going to emo mode there.
Ahri and Lee Sin, very strong picks, very strong. I don't really know what the hell's going on though with Ahri having
I don't understand why Ari has Smite and Lee Sin does not if they're picking
Trundle.
at the same time.
Yeah. They're just messing with us. Lee Sin does look like he's gonna go into the jungle though. Nobody else on that team really jungles very well.
It looks like Lee Sin and Corki may wind up swapping here. So Corki is not going to be running the Smite for the team.
No, and it's kind of odd. I mean, they picked Lee Sin last, who would be a champ that you would want to ban out, and Corki not chosen in the last few games. And also, there's a lot of AD carries in the game that are viable, so you don't usually choose your AD carry first, especially since you can get counterpicked. Although I don't believe Urgot to be a huge counterpick to Corki. If he lands his grenade, Corki can Valkyrie out and not take as many Qs as he normally would. So Urgot is going to be down from three Qs to 1 if Corki saves Valkyrie, which is good.
Yeah, but I mean, Urgot is just an overall tough champion to lane against regardless of what's going on. He doesn't really even have to build damage to do a lot of damage. He can just build super tanky. And are we getting a jungle twitch?
No, we got Jimmered. It looks like... Unfortunately, though, I mean, you were talking about Urgot's ability in lane, but it looks like he's getting teleports, so he probably wants to. Well, he's not getting. They're just swapping around so much. Okay, that makes more sense. The summoner spells they originally had did not make any sense. I still feel like the ignite is very normal, but I don't know. Maybe they want to get the extra ticks. There's nobody really healing a lot on the other team, so I'm not really sure what the ignite is for, honestly. But yeah, I mean the matchups are pretty good. Corki and I mean, who are we getting as support? I guess on the left side team.
Could we have
Ari maybe
a support Teemo or
it's gotta be support Teemo. Double AD
who we
lane.
might see? We might see a Teemo top, a Ari middle, and a support Yorick because
I've seen support Yorick.
Yeah, it's not something that's too out of the ordinary. Although once again, picking up an ignite, I don't know why they're doing that.
I would say that support Yorick is the most likely scenario. Teemo top with exhaust makes sense, I guess. Teemo is pretty good against. Well, I mean, Nidalee's not melee. I don't really know why you would pick Teemo after Nidalee, but what are you gonna do? I mean, maybe they thought Nidalee was going mid like the first game.
I don't know. There's just so much troll going around on this game. I don't even know what's going on. This is your introduction to casting. How do you feel?
Well, I think that the teams, while they don't look great, they might be using champions that they're just experienced with. The left side team honestly isn't that bad. Corki with a Yorick all is going to be doing a lot of damage, and if he dies, obviously he respawns. Teemo gives you a lot of map control, and with Ari on the team, you have a lot of bursts, so you don't need as much damage from your solo lane. Like Teemo is okay, and to have as long as you have high bursts from your other champs. So you have extra damage from Corki because of Yorick, and you have Ari. You have Lee Sin, who actually does a lot of bursts, especially early in the game. So they can afford to have a top lane that doesn't do as much. On the other side, Udyr, even with just tank items, will be able to solo the squishy carries on the other team, like Ari or Corki or Teemo. Unfortunately for the blue team, the purple team has a lot of CC. They have Urgot ult for initiation. They have Alistar flash pulp for initiation. They have flash stun from Udyr. They have Rise with his rune prison. They really have. Everybody on the purple team except for Nidalee has a way to lock you down, and any of those lockdowns are going to combo into 4 lockdowns. So, assuming they want to blow everything on one guy, they're going to guarantee at least 1 kill. And then if they can guarantee that 1 kill on someone like Corki before he gets ulted by Yorick, the fight's going to really be out of hand for the blue team already. So, but that's all conjecture, and it really depends on initiation. The thing about Urgot is he is one of the best initiations in the game, but it also switches him, so he really has to be smart about it. One of the best ways you can initiate with Urgot is over a wall and then flash back over. Of course, that only works if the person you're switching also doesn't have flash or the ability to blink over a wall like Lee Sin. So, I don't know. You're just probably going to see... I would say that if anyone's going to get swapped... you're going to want to see Ari get swapped. You want to see Ari get swapped and then chain CC'd so that she doesn't actually end up doing any of her damage to the carries. Because swapping Corki can be a pain in the ass because of Valkyrie, and then obviously it's better off if Yorick uses his ult on Ari and they doesn't have for Corki, because Ari doesn't do as much damage consistently. So as the fight moves on, Ari's doing less than Corki is. So anyway, that'll be fun to watch, I think. I think it's all going to come down for Purple Team to their ability to initiate and then burst down somebody before the fight starts.
Yep, I'm gonna have to agree. Like they just have they have a lot of CC and a lot of lockdown. So with the solo top Nidalee, so it seems to be she's gonna be dishing out a lot of damage. That's gonna make up for the fact too that if Urgot has to build tanky to really compensate for that ultimate of his, swapping him over and just really relying on positioning, that Nidalee's damage output's gonna make up for once the point where Urgot really starts to fall off with it. So all in all, I mean, it's a very interesting team composition. Not your normal kind of composition, but still. They gotta. Looks like they've really thought it through on Skype or Event or whatever the heck they were using. So,
I think Udyr has the ability and the possibility of building more damage items than he usually would. Also with Alistar on the team and Urgot building partially tanky, and honestly, most people building 80 partial tank Nidalee and Ryze obviously being tanky. There's just not going to be anybody to focus on purple team if they all build those hybrid tanky builds. That's going to be really easy to just kill right straight away for the blue team. So Ahri's burst is going to be a little bit negated from that. I mean, your burst champion is really only useful if you do enough burst to take somebody out completely or to negate them from the fight completely. And obviously with Nidalee, you're going to have a heal. So, I mean, it's going to be a little bit rough with the tankiness for the red team. But, you know, I don't know. It really depends on, like I said, on the initiation. And we do have Sotsira on Teemo. He might just split push the whole game. You just don't know. So
this is entirely true. And the thing is, too, the purple team's composition is going to be a little bit more late game oriented than the early game composition, where you do have Ahri going to be able to burst down people right away. Lee Sin, of course, is going to be able to deal damage throughout the game. Early game, he's dealing a decent amount of damage. Mid game, he starts to fall off if you decide to build him a little bit tankier. Corgi, of course, is going to shred armor and deal a percentage of true damage. So blue team definitely has a lot better of an early composition than the purple team, but once that mid game starts settling in, they start getting their tanky items and buying Atmas and frozen mallets and things like that, which you could see Nidalee be building. I mean, you could see Udyr doing something with those wits end kind of builds that he likes to do. They're just going to start dishing out unparalleled damage and Ryze. Once he gets like a catalyst and a tier of the goddess, he could go for a frozen heart or maybe even just bypass. Oh, go on.
Oh, we got a pretty deep invade here, and Nidalee, she looks like the path that she plans to take to get back to top is probably going to go through the jungle. It looks like both teams are doing an invade. Actually, I think we're just going to see a trade here. We're going to see blue team take red buff. I don't know where they want Teemo to go into that bush. That would be a bad idea. Assuming that, I mean, we know that it's not, but they shouldn't. They don't know that. They don't have any wards anywhere. It looks like everybody's just kind of searching around. Purple team is going back to their own blue. It looks like they're just going to steal wraiths and then probably go straight to blue.
I don't know about this one. It looks like they're not even going to steal wraiths. It looks like they're just falling back to their blue. Yorick is going to teleport, so does seem to be like maybe we're going to have a support Teemo after all. And Yorick actually, yeah, he's going to be going top in this one. Decided to recall and go top instead of actually just walk through the top lane from where he was. But they are going to be stealing a red buff. It looked like the purple team, Nidalee's going to be coming in here for, she sees that Lee Sin and Teemo are going to be stealing the red buff. Now they know what is up, but they're
Ryze
not
is on the way. Yeah, it's too late, though. He's not going to be able to grab anybody. Plus, there's too many people here. On the plus side, while they did lose red buff, I don't know why Lee Sin is staying to take the things that are worth 1 gold, but oh man, he's going for the red buff kill. We got a flash from Nidalee. Lee Sin moving in. If he lands Q, he could get this with the red buff auto attack. Don't dive. No, he's crazy. Oh, he got it. Look at that.
Wow.
See, Ryze knew that she was chasing. Ryze really should have been up there earlier, and now he's going to take a lot of unnecessary damage for no reason. So that whole trade was just really bad for purple team.
It does seem like though they're going to go down here and counteract by taking the enemy red buff after everything has been said and done. So Udyr having a double buff right off the get-go. He does not have smite though, but he's going to be jungling at a decent amount of HP still because Alistar was tanking for a little bit.
Alistar and Udyr are going to catch Teemo here. They have a ward, so they knew he was coming.
Oh no, I'm so
and that's going to be the end of Teemo. With the Ignite especially, he didn't even bother flashing. It was smart to not flash there. It looks like purple team is turning it around. They're going to steal blue here. Lee Sin is in a very precarious position here, though. He's trying very hard not to die, and he dies anyway.
Oh, no. That means that he's lost the red buff they worked so hard to steal. He wanted to give the blue buff to Wrecker, and in that case, he might have just wanted to take it for the early experience, trying to give Wrecker even more of an advantage in the middle lane, but did not work out. And look at this. It looks like Alistar and Udyr are going to come over to try to take the blue buff as if it were still there, but no, it is not. It is on Ahri. Now look at this. We have Udyr and Alistar Roman gang squad going up top.
Yep, and which is something you can do when you have that no CC bottom lane of Teemo Corki. This is going to be very bad for Yorick. If he lives, it'll be a miracle, and he's dead.
No miracles in this battle arena. And wow, just the overall CC, like you said, there's just so many things to lock champions down. That Udyr actually decided to take an early bear stance just for ganking purposes at this point. And now, all in all, Udyr has a double buff. Alistar has not been bottom lane yet, but he's already level 2. He's walking around just happy as can be. Like you said, Urgot's not really going to have a trouble against this support Teemo and AD Corki composition on the bottom. Middle lane even take down Wrecker.
Yep. They took down Wrecker. They're just, it looks like they're just going to roam around. Now they're looking for Lee Sin. That you remember they have that ward from earlier. Lee Sin in some trouble. Doesn't have any minions to jump to. Bear form is going to kind of close down on him here. Oh, man, he guessed wrong. That would have been a kill if he didn't guess wrong. We have Corki and Teemo coming back. Probably not a good idea. Even if they find somebody, they're going to find 3 people. And with Alistar's CC this early, all you really do is get knocked up and die before you hit the ground. So Alistar recalling in probably the worst position I've ever seen. He is going to get away with it. Thankfully, Teemo, for some reason, going mid. Urgot, in the meantime, free farming 28 minion kills to 16 and 1 for the other side. So Urgot 1v2 is just killing. Rise getting jumped on. We do have a cow. This is just ganks everywhere. We have double roam teams. Nobody cares about laning. Top lane, almost a kill for both people right there. Everybody below 50 health. Pretty amazing.
This is just the weirdest game I think I've ever cast that hasn't been a complete troll game. I've had people pull surprise all random all middle games on me in the middle of Champion Select, and just this is just so weird. There's so much roaming going on. No one's really going back to lane. This Urgot is super fed at the beginning. 35 to 19 CS on that Corki.
Yeah, you have a huge level disparity. Alistar should not go in here with all those minions. He's going to take way too much. Okay, so they're not going to fight. It would have been smart of Corki to try to start a fight there. If Alistar would have stayed, he would have died. You can see that the level disparity between Urgot and Alistar at 5 and 2 is pretty bad. Lee Sin going, I don't know why he would go for an invade this early. Blue buff doesn't respawn until about 7:30.
Oh no, he's going to run into an
Homophobia is insane, and he has nowhere to run because Alistar is there also. He wasted his exhaust. He's going to get locked down by Rise, and that's going to be the end of him. Looks like Teemo is getting run down. Obviously, Urgot with his shield on does a slow. If Teemo gets knocked up by Alistar, okay, so he uses Flash. That's pretty good. Shouldn't have been in that position. Wasn't going to do anything to save. Obviously, Teemo with crazy Alistar decides to sacrifice himself to try to kill Teemo, which he is going to do. Because, again, Teemo should have ran away and just let her finish him off. Not really necessary to still be there. Urgot and Corki have no mana left, so there's nothing going to happen bottom. It looks like we have Rise doing what Rise does. He's running low on mana, though. He doesn't have a blue buff. He's not going to be able to kill Ahri from that high of health. The biggest problem with being Rise early in the game is that if the person shows up with boots and 3 pots, you literally cannot kill them. You do not have enough mana. Unless you run like full mana regen runes, which nobody's going to do on Rise because you want to run the mana, stack the mana for a damage late game. It looks like we have Udyr top looking for a gank. And he's going for it. He got a pretty good jump on Yorick, but Yorick's pretty quick. He's not going to get hit by much there. Bottom is just a free farm fest. Nobody with any mana, nobody going to get a kill. Alistar's walking back to lane now. Might see something happen soon. Udyr's camping Yorick. He's going to deny him a little bit. It's fun stuff.
He's actually just decided to recall over here. See that Alistar has walked by. Notice that the blue buff has respawned. Rise actually
Rise mid fighting. Ahri has a lot of burst. She could win this. Yep.
She does. She also has a blue buff and Rise does not. So.
Yep. Ahri's better has better burst early, and like I said, Rise he doesn't have the mana. He couldn't finish her off right there because he ran out of mana. So. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, like we mentioned, the later game composition of the purple team right now, they had this roaming gang squad going on, which gave them a bit of an advantage, but now blue team is trying to do the same kind of thing, and they're getting in very awkward engagements. Like you said, there's no mana on Rise, no mana on the bottom lane, there's just a bit of a farm fest going on down there. So now the purple team, you know, that little early game deficit that they have on their side of the team is starting to kick in, whereas like Corki and Ahri and everybody having a lot better of an early game, and You know, blue team just trying to take every advantage that they can, although the one advantage they do not have is that the Udyr has hit level 6, Ponophobia is still only level 5, and Ponophobia has died 2 times out of the jungle.
It's like Reckern's going to meet Nidalee up here. Oh, never mind, he saw the trap. Nidalee, I did not see him, I don't think, coming up, though. If he lands a charm here, nope, Nidalee's going to jump away. That was a very ill-advised flash. You're just not going to catch Nidalee. Even if he landed charm there, he wouldn't have had the damage to kill him without his ult, so... I don't really understand why Udyr would take Ryze's buff. Oh, it looks like we're going to see, yeah, again, another ill-advised positioning from Ryze, so he just backs off. He wanted Udyr to come down and help, but he's not going to leave red buff for a chance at a kill. That's pretty unlikely, I would say.
Yeah, definitely, especially at this point in the game where they need every advantage they can get. Playing it safe rather than trying to risk a kill and wind up getting it turned around on their head. Can't really blame Udyr for that one.
If you look bot, Teemo's camping and can't be seen because of his invisibility passive. Urgot went a little bit far. Looks like he might get saved. Oh man, he's crazy. Basically decides, see now, Corki should have just turned around and killed Urgot. He's going to have a little bit of a problem now. With the heal, Urgot's out of mana. I don't think you're going to see any deaths bottom right now. We do have a gank middle. Ahri's getting chain CC'd. She's jumping away using her ult. Same time, York and Lee Sin go nuts top, so we just can't follow everything, unfortunately.
No, we cannot. People are going to be getting motion sickness from my observing right now. Just bouncing between middle, bottom, and top lane, so woohoo.
Yeah, Lee Sin was top, so what you're going to see from Udyr as a smart jungler, he's going to go look for the red buff and see if it's there. Unfortunately, he didn't keep track, so he didn't know it was gone. They're going to get Teemo. Teemo in a bad position here. Oh, he got the exhaust. And Udyr is going to flash stun. The dive is a little bit premature, I would say. They are going to get it, though. Smart to trade off there on damage. Alistar walked out of the tower at the right time. He probably could have taken one more tower shot, and now Teemo's going to get... He's going to get pulved and make it out, luckily. And now Ahri coming to clean up. She should be able to kill both of them. She does miss the Q. Hits the taunt on Udyr. Unfortunately, he has turtle form. I don't think he's going to live through the ignite. It's going to be really close.
10 HP.
Oh, he lives with 10 HP, and now Urgot back from the backing. And wow. We see Record in the chat saying sad things.
Is that what he just said? Sad things?
Sad things, yep. Sad acronyms, I would say. We got we got to fight top, but Nidalee, of course, can disengage whenever she wants without a gank, so that's not going to turn into much. Urgot's smart to push while everybody's backed. Urgot building a level advantage. Obviously, he was leveled up early while he sat bottom lane while everybody screwed around top, and now he's got a pretty big advantage. He does land the grenade, but again, Corki disengages pretty quickly.
Yeah, Urgot actually has about a 25 creep advantage over Corki too, so that's of course going to be factoring into a lot of things, such as the Tear of the Goddess that he already has built up, in addition to a full-fledged set of Mercury Treads and the Doran's Blade compared to just double Doran's and Berserker's Grease from that Corki. So Urgot, the advantage is coming in. We can even see his support not really needed in the bottom lane, with boots of mobility is roaming around and picking up an enemy jungle.
Corki is happy to trade. He does have more damage quick. Like, without the initiation and the backup from his team, Urgot is not going to win a 1v1 fight against Corki. But he does have blue buff, so he can continue to spam shields and whatever he wants. We'd have mid. We have Ahri coming in mid. She gets stunned. If she jumps out, we're going to see Alistar combo her, and she's done. Oh, man. That was just rough.
These Udyr and Alistar are just attached at the hip, and Urgot's basically at a 1v2 on the bottom, but Urgot is so tanky and so resilient, he could actually just do that, especially against, like a non-traditional support, as we see a gank coming in on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and we're going to lose Teemo here unless he does something fancy. He's moving back the other way, but there's not really anywhere for him to go, and he's very slow right now. No boots this late in the game. Not going to go anywhere. Urgot being fun, I guess, looking for he wants the assist. Probably could have just queued him.
You got Jimmered.
Everyone's getting Jimmered this game. You got Jimmered roaming around with Alistar splitting the kills up, 4 kills each. We only have Urgot with 1, but Urgot farming the whole time, has the highest CS in the game. And now they're going to take Dragon. So this game is kind of spiraling out of control for blue team. Not a huge gold advantage, but early in the game, 3k gold is a lot of gold. Oh, yeah, it's not like a 3k gold at 40 minutes. 3k gold at 13 minutes is huge.
We see right here that the purple team is, they're riding the fact that they have more of a late game composition by doing this roaming gank squad and counter jungling and letting their big beefy Urgot just kind of farm up from that early advantage he had. And now it's just letting them negate any early game deficits they had. Now approaching the mid game, they're going to be even stronger. And look at this, they're just going to be going around and pushing Lee Sin around, going in by his raids. Alistar's popping a random ultimate down there, but Lee Sin probably not going to live through this one. Teemo's trying to blind people. Not going to work. Forces Ahri to come in, but Alistar and Alistar actually going back. There's a rune prison going down on Teemo. Teemo might actually die here. I don't think Ahri's going to be able to burst down the Alistar, considering he's super beefy right now. And P-Fuels picks up a kill on Soter, and now it's a 2v1 on Ahri, and I don't think this is going to work at all. Rise does hit a mushroom, and Alistar's going to hit another mushroom. It's not going to work. Corki's coming in from the side.
Corki on the move. He's going to try to flash the wall. Corki with Valkyrie still does flash the wall, misses the all. He's going to get engaged on by Udyr. We lose Rise at the bottom. Udyr is going to win any kind of 1v1 at this point, especially Fed and especially with a range champ, but he's just going to dive the tower. Got heal baited though. If Corki can disengage, we might see Ahri clean up. She is unfortunately out of range, and Udyr is very fast. He's crazy, doesn't care. Ahri completely loses track of what's happening. Really low on mana. Not going to catch Udyr in bear form. Unfortunately, that was a pretty sweet move. That was the nicest move I've seen so far this game. One thing that you got Jimmered is jimmering everyone. One thing I noticed earlier, when Lee Sin was getting fought at Wraiths, Teemo came around the wall. Teemo being obviously one of the high elo players that we have in the game, that's probably not the best idea. If he is stood on the other side of the wall, you could have Lee Sin. Wow, Alistar stealing blue buff, but he's getting engaged on by 3 people now. Not really anywhere to run. Nidalee might get a heal. He's gone. That Ignite's going to pick him up. A little bit of an ill-advised invade, but I don't think Purple Team is really doing the smartest things at this point. They're kind of just having a little bit of fun with it because of the lead. That could backfire, though. Giving 5 kills to Ahri is not the best idea.
It definitely is not. Like you said, Ahri does have that burst damage. If she gets that burst damage high enough, she is going to be able to really continue on into the mid game and even try pushing down into the late game. And as you said, Purple Team already has more of a late game composition. So if Ahri can just start racking up kills, like you said, the best idea is to usually stack kills on 1 or 2 champions and then just let them kind of snowball out of control. Unfortunately,
red buff Udyr is going for something. Oh, he turned around. I think that he really could have killed Yorick there, honestly, with red buff. He could have just hit him the whole way to the tower. That would have been really nice.
Yorick was extremely pushed up right there, but like you said, feeding 1 or 2 characters is usually good, but when Ahri has as many kills with both Alistar and Udyr on the other team, normally not going to win if 1 character has as many kills as 2 on the other side.
That's true, but if she can get an engage on Rise, he has not built MR yet, which is, wow, Yorick's in a pretty precarious position. It doesn't look like he's going to get away from this. The Alistar CC is just too crazy, and they just destroy him. It's not even a thought there.
No
I mean, he was like, what do I do? I got nothing to do. I'll ping myself. Everyone can watch me die and know that it was not my fault. He was at his own tower, so not much you can really blame him for there. We're going to see Alistar try to hold down both people. Ahri should probably be running at this point. She said overstayed her welcome. She's going the other way now. And Reckern doesn't seem to be very fearful for his life anymore. I think he's kind of given up on caring very much.
I don't know, man, but once you see that, he actually was maybe going to be able to melt down the Udyr, but once Rise came into the fray and got the rune prison down, Ahri was not long for this world. So Ahri, you know, doing as much as she can, not really going to be able to just overcompensate the fact that there's this roaming gang squad of Alistar and Udyr with 12 kills between the 2 of them, and that's going to translate into an Ionic.
They're going after Corki. They're going after Corki.
But
Corki,
right
he's going to make it. He's
okay.
going to make it. Corki and Teemo, first time they went in lane together for an extended period of time, and they do pick up the tower because of all the roaming. So that's not the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, but look at this on Udyr. He's already picked up an Ionic Spark. Normally you see a Wit's End build, but no, just going for the Ionic Spark. Fan favorite item of my own. He is going to be clearing out minions at a very, very alarming rate, though. And I don't know about you, but that extra bonus health and extra kind of lightning's damage he has the chance to throw down, not going to be terrible if he's just roaming around and going after champions.
It's true. We are not seeing, however, if you look at the items, we are not seeing a lot of MR. And Ahri is slightly fed, so that is going to be the only way that blue team gets back into this game. They're going to need to pick somebody off. Ahri pretty much has her choice of anybody to go after, assuming that she can find them by themselves. She can probably kill most of the champs on the other team. Unfortunately, she's warded where she is right now, and even though she's mid lane and Urgot is in a dual lane, she's lower level, so it's going to be really difficult to kill somebody above your level regardless of your items.
Actually, the interesting thing is a lot of people on the blue side building magic resistance. Ponophobia going for a Fake and then rushing Mercury Treads and a Negatron Cloak. He has 127 magic resistance. I think he's better suited for the other team at this point.
People are definitely afraid of the Rise Alistar burst. Unfortunately, if you get caught by that, no amount of magic resist items is going to save you because Udyr will be destroying you, and they are roaming all together. So it looks like we're going to lose Yorick again. You really just can't extend that far without a tower, and even if he has a tower at this point, it's pretty much over. When they kill him, he'll get a little bit of damage extra from his little clone there.
It looks like they're waiting until the clone's over, though, and now just gonna go in there and pick up a kill on him. Looks like Cheese on Bread's gonna finish that up. Lee Sin was trying to come in here, and I don't exactly know what Ponophobia was trying to do, but
yeah, it looks like everybody wants to die. They really want to kill Nidalee here. It's almost got her, but not gonna happen. We have Wrecker out of ults, definitely dead. Alistar probably flashing for no reason, but it was fun. It was a fun flash, I would say.
Definitely fun. And now Rise has picked up an Oracle's Elixir. We see him just clearing out Teemo mushrooms all over the place.
He's following him like breadcrumbs through a field. Oh, he's going to find him, too. If putting those mushrooms down pretty much just laid a path for Rise to follow. It's like Teemo's going to suicide to avoid the kill. Smart move.
Yeah, because you never know where Roaming Gang Squad is going to be next. And Soter is going to die for the greater good against
It's that Hylial play. Yeah, if they hadn't already been killing top and coming back, he probably would have tried to run through top force, but he knew that they were coming from that direction, so there's no reason to give him another kill.
No, there is not, and it just looks like this purple team spiraling out of control a lot earlier than what we expected. We've already hit the 20-minute mark, though, so that is when their build and their team composition is really going to start kicking in, despite the fact that they are already up 18 kills to 8. Udyr and Alistar just doing too much CC and damage on that Roaming Gang Squad. We already see as they're going for Dragoneer, Shurelya's, Boots of Mobility, a Sheen, Ionic Spark, Warden's Mail, Mercury Treads, even that Rise already picking up his Glacial Shroud. Very interesting to see, though, that Urgot has opted for a Mana Mune and is going for a Brutalizer. So he is just going kind of straight damage, and there might have been a little bit of an advantage that the blue team needs to come back, as one half of the Roaming Gang Squad now has disconnected from the game. Unfortunately,
they're losing their red buff currently, and they're probably just going to dive on Teemo and Corki in a second and get both those kills. Oh, Teemo very lucky. Would have gotten seen by Udyr if he'd have waited a half second more. It looks like they're going to try to engage the 4v3. And, of course, yep.
He got Jimmered.
Already got Jimmered. We see Rise flashing the wrong way, which allows Corki to possibly get away here. Rise throwing the Q instead of waiting for the W. It looks like Corki's going to get away. Blue team with a failed surrender. Looks like Udyr will just dive. Teemo gets Jimmered.
Again.
There's not really much they can do. Udyr can kind of just chill here. I feel like even if Lee Sin jumps on him, he could kill Corki before Lee Sin can do anything to him. In fact, the whole team would probably need to focus Udyr at this point to get a kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, Udyr has reached that kind of tankity with that Warden's Mail, Heart of Gold for extra health, and Ionic Spark. You know, people kind of joke around about the item. It's giving him extra health right now, and it's just making him ever increasingly tanky between that and his Turtle Stance. Looking at his build, he is in the jungle. Level 5 of Turtle Stance, level 5 of Phoenix Stance, has 1 level of Tiger Stance for a little bit extra attack speed for that Ionic Spark also. Bear Stance is at level 3. He's just super hard to deal with right now. He has the heal technically from a Nidalee, he has the heal from that Alistar, and the team composition of purple team is literally just walking wherever they please and just really pushing it onto the blue team.
Yeah, they've been using the chain CC to a huge advantage. They even started way earlier than they needed to. They do have the late game team, but they also, the Urgot he falls off really late game. He's more of like a level 6 through 12 kind of champion. It looks like Teemo's gonna get caught here by Alistar. Got Nidalee coming from behind. It'll be a pretty fun initiation. She's probably going to kite them around. It looks like she's just going to run away. They want to get Ahri off the mid tower. Man, if anybody touches her, she's dead, basically. And we do have the speed boost from Alistar. She misses the last one, tries to go through the wall, but they hit a shroom, so they're out of there. It looks like they still want to fight. They're going to get chain slowed by Teemo shrooms. They do have 2 oracles, but that doesn't really stop you from running into them at the edge of the bushes. So
no, and unfortunately that Teemo's mushrooms are having no effect because the support Teemo has neither attack damage nor ability power to make those mushrooms do anything right now.
They're going to try to interrupt the Baron. Even without Urgot in the fight, it's still going to be really rough for blue team. Just the burst damage. Looks like Alistar's going to ult, stay alive. He's really low, running away. Everybody's trying to focus Alistar. Not the way you want to fight. As things go on, everybody's getting picked off. Urgot's moving people around. It's pretty much done. We're going to see Corki not get away because of bear form on Udyr.
Very interesting to see that Yorick actually didn't use the Ghost on Corki to try to get as much extra damage in there as possible. So a little misuse of the Yorick ultimate, and saying, look at the health of everybody. Beef noodles, cheese on bread, and you got Jimmered not exactly at high health cons right now. So if they had a little extra ranged AD damage in there, it could have really turned the fight. But instead, it looks like we're going to get a surrender.
Unfortunately, with Alistar, I mean, you can focus him down, but then he pops the ult, and the last little bit is going to take forever, and they just kept sticking on Alistar, so not the way you want to go. He didn't really have a lot of tank items, but it doesn't really matter because he has tank ult, and he's huge. The level advantage for Udyr, in addition with the item advantage, just made him completely unkillable, and that really is what won the game.
Yeah,
9-12, crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a little bit of a one-sided game for the purple team. They really rode that advantage of the CC. Like I said, they had a little bit more of a late-game composition, and in doing so, you know, they just kind of made up for it by going for this roaming gank squad. Blue team just not seemed prepared for it. Ponophobia really wanted to go on the offensive with a lot of counter jungling that just put them behind because they were just ready, receiving with open arms to just intercept the counter jungling, and unfortunately he really couldn't do much after that, going 1-6 because of that. Support Teemo, not the best sort of Teemo, as he went 0-7, and I mean that Alistar and Udyr, look at that, they have 17 of their 25 kills between them from that roaming gank squad.
Yep, and because bot lane was also trying to counter the roam instead of just pushing the lane and shutting down Urgot actually managed to out CS Corki, which is just absurd because it was, you know, ostensibly a 2v1 since Alistar was just never there, but just didn't work out that way. I think that the turning point of the game happened really early when Ponophobia, who had stolen red buff, died to Golem, and that just did not work out for them.
No, it did not at all. So unfortunately, guys, that was the last game for Optimus Tom's Battle Arena for this evening. 3 games and out is usually how we do it. Once again, want to give a big thank you to Badministrator for coming in and casting. It was a lot of fun to do it, despite the first game I was a little bit in the future.
Yeah, and fun time. It was good times. I've never done it before. I don't think I did too badly. Could have been better, though.
Nah, you did fine. Why don't you give one little last shout out to where they can find you on Twitter or maybe YouTube or something like that?
You can find me on Twitter at Physics on YouTube, and you can find me on YouTube at Physics, so that's easy to remember. You can also find me all over Reddit if you want to talk to me. I'm on there all the time, all day, every day, so I'm easy to find there, VSX. You'll see me posting everywhere. I make songs. I do fun stuff. I try to cast, and I'm pretty bad at it. I get lost in time. People deal with me. I stop talking for long periods of time because I can't say anything, and I had a good time tonight, though. Thank you for letting me do this.
Yeah, there's no problem, man. It's really awesome to have you on. I'm pretty sure everybody watching had a good time. Everybody playing obviously had a good time too. So I don't know, if you really like doing it, we'll have to get you on a couple more, because Ponophobia, as much as he likes dying, I think likes playing rather than casting. So might have to call on you for a couple more battle arenas. But thank you guys once again for tuning in to Optimus Tom's Battle Arena. Once again, you can find, we've already got Badministrator. You can find him on Twitter at Physics on YouTube, or just go to youtube.com/Physics. So that's very easy for him. My name is Optimus Tom. You can of course find me on Twitter at Optimus Tom. We're part of the GG Chronicle community over on ggc.leaguecraft.com, or follow GG Chronicle on Twitter at GG Chronicle. So very, very easy for that. Of course, you guys are going to be able to find these either on my YouTube, youtube.com/OptimusTomTV, or the GG Chronicle YouTube on youtube.com/GG Chronicle. We like to keep things simple around here. Once again, another big thank you to Badministrator for coming on and casting with us. Guys, a big thanks to everybody who joined in the battle arenas, everybody who watched, and we will see you next Monday evening, probably around 8 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see you guys later.